If you're an agency owner, whether you're doing marketing or video, and you have been trying to hire people and build a team, but it hasn't really worked, people haven't been able to deliver or perform. Or if you've been trying to play around with productized services and you tried the packages and the memberships and the subscription and the retainer thing, this is why it is so hard to make this work. And this is something that I stumbled upon different trial and error already back in 2021. I mean, I've been trying with productized services in 2019 with video services, and then finally figured out a project-based productized service in 2021 that it was the thing that allows us to grow and increase capacity without sacrificing quality, and really put in a team that was able to replace myself and get me out of delivery and really focus on managing the business. And the biggest reason why we struggle with that is this. Normally, when we start an agency as experts, we have an array of different skills and services, different skills that we can combine depending on the client. And so clients come to us and they say, well, we need a social media campaign, or we need some videos, or we need some after movie, or whatever it may be. And so we quickly put our skills together and sort of deliver a service for them. And that was the case for us. We go ahead and have a new person that is coming in, and we started doing live video on social media back in 2017, 2018. But then obviously that client would ask us, well, how many viewers do you guarantee us? How many are going to watch this thing? And it's like, okay, we need to put together a campaign for them. And so we create now a new service. Then they ask us, well, would you also do an after movie of the event because you're doing video? Like, of course, yes, we do that too. Well, also one of our sponsors needs a video, and I was wondering maybe if that would be something you can do for them. Yes. And so little by little, we're doing YouTube commercials, social media videos, explainer videos, testimonial videos, and so on and so on. Yeah. So in my mind, I feel that every time I add a new service, we are growing, we are expanding. I'm tapping into a whole new market. But it was still very hard to match and figure out what each client needed. And so I tried to package or create some packages out of this. And I think that if you're too early, you're still maybe on the little skills, but my target customer, my ideal customer is already here, at least with some packages. And this is the common thing that I see across the board. You have these different services, and just like us, and so you put together some packages according to whatever it is that the person may want. And so if they wanted the live streaming package, they get one thing. If they're interested in social media campaign, they get that one thing. If they want a website with copy, then they get this other thing, and so, right? So that's what we did. Now, what I didn't know was that this had allowed me to grow, but grow horizontally. And so I was always stressed that I needed to have many different skills in my team, and I never knew what kind of client I would have and what they would need. And so just it becomes really, really overwhelming, and we stopped growing at some point. Once I added more and more services, the following year we just stopped growing. And from my side, I wasn't making enough. It was always sort of started resenting the business, and I burned out. And I went into e-commerce for 6 months because I thought that that was a product that I didn't need to deliver a service and it didn't depend on me, until I realized the grass is greener. And so every business is hard, and I decided to give it another try. But I had one condition. That was that I was going to say no to everything that wasn't live video. That was our core competence. That's the whole reason why I started the business. That was the thing that I aligned with. And so I started saying no to many, many different things. And what I didn't realize was that we were specializing. We were narrowing down, and we were now positioning ourselves as experts at doing this one thing. That meant that now we're no longer growing horizontally, and we look at our packages and we start saying no to our packages until we focus on the live video thing. Now, obviously, at this point, I still see packages as the ideal way to capture different customers. And so I take live video and develop different packages around that. So if they have a smaller budget, a smaller event, they get this package. If there is a bigger event, then they will get this package. And I found that it was still hard to sell. I still had to explain it, and it was still hard to deliver it. It was still complex. I was still starting from scratch every project. And so I started looking at this and I began wondering, well, and I think this was the point where I started to become a business owner, where I started my transition from owning a job to really owning a business. And that was, I started asking, what do they want? And so I look at the last 3 years and I realize that a client comes to me with a problem, right? And I could basically over deliver, do a little bit more for them, and that would be great. They'll be super happy. But because I'm in love with what I do and I see value in doing this thing and that thing, and if I can only give them a taste of this other thing, they will see value in doing this other package. And so what happened is that I end up doing something over delivering. And that was the thing that was stopping our business from scaling. That was the thing that kept me stuck, believing that I can only be replaced by by other expensive and experienced people. That was the thing that made our business complex. And so I realized that, and I go back at our packages and I analyze the last 3 years of it, and I see that among them, 80% have the same thing. And I decide to go ahead and turn that into our signature offer. It is validated. That's what people have been buying. And I decide, you know what? This is just going to be the one thing that we sell. And everything else is going to become our add-ons. And so I look at our signature service, and that becomes our productized signature offer that is designed for our ideal customer to achieve their ideal desire. And it solves their problem in a step-by-step process. And I just focus on selling that one thing over and over and over. Before I knew it, our processes, our costs went down, our positioning became clear, our messaging, we knew what I needed to say, how to sell it, what we needed to deliver. And what happens is that the smaller packages were actually hurting our business because nobody wants to compromise and everybody wants to achieve their outcome. And so by having one solution that allowed them to do that, we didn't need to hurt ourselves by selling a smaller package to justify a smaller price. Now we had one premium solution that guaranteed our customers their desire, and for them, they would just find the budget to achieve that and they will get the results they wanted. And so this is the process that we go through to help agency owners in our program develop their productized signature offer so that they can eliminate complexity and they can really start positioning themselves as an expert in their industry so that they become the ideal solution to their customers. And more importantly, that's the stuff that allows you to build the replicable systems that get you to replace yourself. If that's something that you're interested in, just send me a message and we can talk more about it on how our program Specialized Scaling may look for you. And if you found value in this video, please make sure to share it with your network, repost it so that other agency owners can get clarity, because I feel that right now when it comes to productized services, everybody's just into this subscription model that it just has too many variables because you don't know what people are going to need. And the whole reason why people come to you is because you are the expert. And so this is why this subscription service doesn't really work. You are the expert, you have the knowledge, and so just sell a project-based service that guarantees customers results, and you see how they keep coming back and they start telling everybody about you. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. Thank you for making it this far, really appreciate it. And my name is Juan Guerra. If you like more content like this, feel free to follow. Cheers.